What's going on, everyone? CJ back here with another episode of the Madden 23 Cupcake Relocation Franchise. Hey, how about a 2-0 start to the season here, tied for the first place in the AFC South with the Tennessee Titans. Quite the season we have here early on. How about also a breakout D-line scenario to go along with our 2-0 start? Wonder who this could be. It's either going to be Marcus Davenport going up to superstar development or Jalen Burnett going up to star development is my prediction. Could be either one of them. They both had great games, and it is Jalen Burnett. Coach, I feel like I'm on the verge of a breakthrough, man. You see me last week? I had that quarterback running scared on a couple plays. He did have that nice forced fumble on the quarterback last week. I do remember that. I want to be one of those guys who can do that every week. I'm ready to take that next step, man. So let's bring it to the G-men this week. Getting Jalen Burnett up to star would be huge. If you remember, he had star development and Madden 23 ripped it away from him for absolutely no reason. So holding the Giants to less than 100 rushing yards going to be tough, seeing as how they got Saquon Barkley in the backfield, or getting Jalen Burnett one interception. That's not going to happen. One forced fumble, tackle for loss, or a sack. So that is doable. So getting Jalen Burnett back up to his really rightful position as star development, that would be huge. We also got a trade offer here too. Don't see that too often. Trade for Jedrick Wills. He is injured right now. Not even sure if I can trade him. Probably not going to want to get rid of him, but let's just see what teams are talking about. So Titans would offer us Caleb Farley, right guard, and a 7th round pick. No. Pittsburgh would offer us George Pickens. No. Yeah, I don't really have any need to get rid of Jedrick Wills. Foye Oluokun as a middle linebacker would be nice, but yeah, you know, I'm good. I'm really good. Jedrick Wills, once he gets back on the field, is going to be a big part of this offensive line, so he's not going anywhere. Armadillo's playing well so far to start this season, so taking a look and seeing how our team, some of the stats, how we stack up against the other players in the league here. Passing, Damon Sanders is, he's at 582, so I mean, he's kind of up there. You know, he's not leading the league in passing like he was last season, but he doesn't really need to because we have a good running game finally. Touchdowns, I think he's only thrown 3. He's thrown 4, so also, you know, kind of up there in the mix, but only thrown 2 interceptions. And looking at some of the other quarterbacks around the league, we got players who have thrown 4 interceptions. Tua, of course, we just played him last week, and he threw, what was it, 3 to us? Yeah, he threw 3, 2 to Keegan McGriff, and also 1 to, I want to say, Greedy Williams. Mac Jones, Trey Lance, Justin Herbert, who were playing the Giants this week, so apparently they have Justin Herbert now. That's scary. Jalen Hurts on the Falcons. Okay, very, very interesting. And of course, Damon Sanders there with only 2, and I know that he is completing the ball at a high. Yeah, he is really technically number 1 in the league. You can't count Gardner Minshew mania here, bruh, because he's only attempted 1 pass and completed it. But as far as players who have actually, you know, thrown a decent amount of passes, Damon Sanders is leading the league at a 79% completion. So he is playing very efficiently. Taking a look at rushing, we got actually Don Fitzpatrick, most attempts, most carries in the league, more carries than King Henry, as a matter of fact, at 49. And as far as yards, he's second, tied with David Montgomery for rushing yards at 212. Don Fitzpatrick has just played so great, and he is also averaging 4.3 yards per carry, but I know he has found the end zone a lot of times. And as we see Saquon Barkley there, who we're getting ready to go up against, Cam Akers, who we just played, but Don Fitzpatrick tied for 4 touchdowns, tied for top in the league in most rushing touchdowns. Receiving, I feel like we're not really going to have too many players atop the leaderboard here. There's no real players. I mean, Bruce Joyner at 190. Okay, so he's not too far behind, I guess, but there's no real clear-cut number 1 target right now for Damon Sanders. He's been efficient, and he's distributed the ball around quite a bit. We should see T. Higgins up here. I know he has 2 touchdowns. T. Higgins should be somewhere on the list here. Tyler Higbee, who we're getting ready to go up against. There's T. Higgins, and Jamison Williams just with a solid gray background. Okay, so I get the feeling that EA Sports just doesn't really care too much about these player models, as we've we're getting close to when Madden 24 drops, and I've seen some of these player models just look really weird. Justin Britt here with no shoulders, no chest, only a neck and like a collar, and then Jamison Williams just with a solid gray background. So EA Sports is kind of like, yeah, whatever, we don't care. Madden 24 is about to come out. We're gonna have new player models then anyways, so screw it. Taking on the New York Giants here, a couple 2-0 teams about to go at it. Last time we played the Giants, they had Danny Dimes under center. This time they're gonna have Justin Herbert apparently, and it looks like the Giants offense is really good. Top 10 in most categories except for turnovers. They are top 10 in the pass, the rush, points per game. So I think that all starts with Saquon Barkley. I know they have Justin Herbert, but he is now down to star development. So I think defending the outside run with Saquon's probably going to be our best bet. And we're going to go half pad split this time because I cannot afford to lose any more players due to injury, especially offensive linemen. Defense also pretty good too. They got Dexter Lawrence, who's now up to an X factor. They don't allow a lot of points. They don't allow a lot of yards, especially against the pass. So maybe Damon Sanders can kind of open that up and maybe, you know, go against the grain, so to speak. And we're going to do throw it deep as our game plan. And also, yes, we are going to go half pad split for the offense as well. Checking in, making sure that everybody is going to be at full strength for this game. I sure hope so. Offense is going to be clean, so that's really good to see. And as far as defense, Armadillo's defense been playing great, especially last week against the Dolphins. We had 3 interceptions and a forced fumble, couple tackles for loss, couple sacks. We just played really, really great. No upgrades here. We got the mock draft, but I'm not really going to look at that right now, you know, if at all. I don't know how many more seasons, if this could be the last season for the Austin Armadillos with Madden 24 right around the corner. Players ready to negotiate, same thing again. Not really going to look at that right now, but I am very curious. Let's see who the New York Giants are rocking with these days. We played them already once last year. We lost, or maybe it was the first year. I think it was the first year. So they got Justin Herbert now under center. So a much improved player compared to old Danny Dimes. Saquon Barkley, the running back in the backfield, he's probably going to be a problem. And then a couple auto-generated players behind him. Ben Mason is the fullback, and then wide receiver. They got Gabe Davis. And aside from that, looks like the usual suspects here. Kadarius Toney. Of course, he's not a Kansas City Chief because I started this franchise before he got traded. So still got Kadarius Toney, still got Sterling Shepard, Darius Slayton, Wan'Dale Robinson, the usual suspects. No Darren Waller. Luckily, we're not going to have to deal with the likes of Darren Waller as he just got acquired. The Giants picked him up in real life in the offseason. Tyler Higbee's going to be here, and Daniel Bellinger's still in town as he is in real life. Offensive line, they got Andrew Thomas, a very good player, the Georgia Bulldog. They got John Runyon as their left guard, and also Jamal Sampson, who I remember talking about. We almost drafted him in the offseason. He's injured, though. Looks like he's not even going to play today, so maybe it's a good thing I didn't draft him if he's injury prone. Nick Harris at center, Mark Glowinski at right guard. So their guards and their centers not too good, but their tackles are good. Of course, Evan Neal, very good player, the Alabama 2-year player. Kyle Pearman, I remember him as well. Very first offseason, I think maybe the mock draft had us taking him, or he was a top 5 talent or something like that. Leonard Williams as well, and then Dexter Lawrence, who is a superstar X-Factor player, and also Brian Lawrence. So I guess we got to deal with the Lawrence brothers, of course, one being much better than the other. So Giants defense, especially their defensive line, their front 7, very good. Azeez Ojulari, great player. Good player, good to great, I would say, somewhere in that realm. Alexander Johnson and Micah McFadden are the middle linebackers. And Kayvon Thibodeau, who looks like he hasn't really developed too well. He is only star development. Thought he might be superstar or X Factor by this point. Corners, they got Adoree Jackson, who's great, superstar player. And look, our old buddy Desmond King used to be on this team. We cut him back in episode 1. Adrian Shirley too. Okay, so Giants took a few players that we were looking at in the draft. It looks like I remember Adrian Shirley well. Joejuan Williams, Cordell Flott. So corners pretty good. Xavier McKinney, free safety. Julian Love, strong safety. Then we got Riley Patterson and J.K. Scott, the current Packer. I want to say current or former. Don't know if they still got him. He was a Packer anyways. Punting the ball. Looks like he's about 13 years old in that picture there. Last thing here before we dive into gameplay, I am going to sign as a free agent left guard Quentin Spain. Nothing crazy, nothing sexy, but Quentin Spain, he's a decent depth lineman, offensive lineman, and our offensive linemen just cannot stay healthy. So I want to just bring somebody in. We can sign 2 free agents per year. I signed Robert Quinn back in the first game of the season. I think I'll use my second free agent signing to acquire Quentin Spain. There's nobody else. I think this team is good. This team is good. This team is solid. There's nobody else that I really, Richard LeCounte. Wow. Shout out to Dick LeCounte, whoever remembers him. Somehow he's still on this team. But this team is good, and I haven't even made any trades yet. I don't necessarily have to, and I might not, but that's the move I want to make. So we've signed our 2 free agents. Back at home in Central Texas Stadium, taking on a good Giants team, especially on defense. Their offense is better as well. They got Saquon and they got Justin Herbert, but defense especially, I think that we're going to have to be really cautious on offense, not do anything dumb. Yes, you have me behind the sticks, so that's always possible. But without further ado, guys, Week 3 of this season, let's get down to Central Texas Stadium and get ready for the game. Tyler Bass kicking this thing off, and we have a chance to go 3-0 if we can win this game, and that would just, solidify us as a potential playoff contender. I think it's going to be a challenge, though. I mean, Giants, not the same Giants team that we played last time, and even that team, they beat us. So we got Justin Herbert, who doesn't look to be playing too good, though. 2 touchdowns to 3 picks, about 600 yards, but we know Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert is a great player. He can turn it on at any given time, so I don't care what those stats say. We are going to have to be very cautious. And side mission here, got to try to get Jalen Burnett a sack or a forced fumble or something like that. And right out of the gates, it's going to be a catch and a completion there to Kadarius Toney. A 27-yard chain mover, 28-yard, chunk play by Justin Herbert. And that's what we know he can do. Justin Herbert has an arm on him, very accurate passer. He can drop it in the bucket if he needs to. And, it could potentially be a long game. I don't want it to be, but it could. So now 1st and 10, almost at midfield already. Jalen Burnett got to get him in the backfield if possible, and there is a receiver just wide open in the middle of the field. It's Tyler Higbee, the veteran out of Western Kentucky. No Darren Waller, no problem, I guess, if we're going to see Tyler Higbee picking up 20-plus yard plays. Nickel blitz, time to hopefully get Justin Herbert a little bit rattled. He's coming out of the shotgun with Saquon Barkley right behind him. It's going to be a check down to Barkley out of the flat. Denzel Perryman stops him, but so far 3 plays, 3 first downs. Justin Herbert already over 60 yards. I got to pause and go get the Vaseline. Just like that, Giants already in the red zone from the 13-yard line. Herbert's going to change the play here at the line. And this is the first time. No, it's a QB keeper. Are you serious? Oh, my God. Please make him fumble. Wow, Justin Herbert on the read option. Really? Really? Is that what we're going to have to deal with today? Are we going to have to worry about Justin Herbert coming out in the freaking read option? I sure hope not. We got enough to worry about. Justin Herbert now in single back from the 4-yard line, and just like that, okay, Tyler Higbee catches it, and that was very easy. That makes me very uncomfortable how the Giants were able to just move down the field there so effortlessly against the defense that has played very good the first 2 games of the season. If that's what we're going to have to deal with here, then we better put up a lot of points, because this could be a shootout. Here comes Damon Sanders, the UAB Blazer, over 5,000 passing yards last season. Playing pretty good. We did throw a couple picks last week, but almost at 600 yards, a 2-to-1 interception ratio. He's been efficient, and he's going to have to be hyper efficient in this game, because what we just saw from Justin Herbert, I feel like if we want to win this game, we're going to have to pretty much go, drive for drive with the Giants here. So 1st and 10, we're coming out shotgun in a little slants formation here. Let's put Don Fitzpatrick in as an extra blocker. I like that. And there's T. Higgins. He's open on the slant. T. Higgins found the end zone twice last week. And, oh, yeah, speaking of offensive linemen getting injured, there's our backup rookie, Damian Henson, getting injured. So I guess it's a good thing that I picked up Quentin Spain because we might need him. 1st and 10, we're coming out shotgun, gonna give it to the old Fitztrain, who's got a big hole and trying to turn the corner, trying to outrun one defender. He couldn't, but he does still pick up 18-yard line, or pick up 18 yards rather. Julian Love luckily was there to stop him, or else Don Fitzpatrick could have housed that thing, taking it all the way to the end zone. But Mike Tomlin clapping it up, I'm clapping it up. Don Fitzpatrick, he does Don Fitzpatrick things. And how about that? Damian Henson will not return to this game, so we're going to have to sub in AJ Can. Let's go back to Dom, this time on a outside zone. Can he get some blockers? He does. Does he have the speed? Does he have the speed? I think he might. And how in the freaking heck did Adrian Shirley, okay, I guess Adrian Shirley must have the Jets. Should have drafted that guy. He came out of nowhere. I thought for sure that Don Fitzpatrick, I mean, he bounced off of that block. He had a couple defenders in pursuit there trying to stop him. Adoree Jackson couldn't get to him. If not for Adrian Shirley, that would have been 6 points for the Armadillos. Man, all right, but still, Don Fitzpatrick, he's playing great to start this thing. So 1st and 10 now from the 15-yard line. We are going to come out in single back with a trips bunch to our right. And just going to check it down, but that could be a bad, ooh, that could have been a very bad decision there, as Julian Love almost picked that thing off.
No!
Cannot do things like that, especially when we're already in scoring range. So 2nd and 10 here, coming out of the tight shotgun formation. And I think T. Higgins is open. T. Higgins, oh, somehow he dropped that. What? He had it. He had it and he lost it. Somehow T. Higgins drop that. We cannot be doing that. That is for sure. 3rd and 10 here. We got blitzers on the right side, but nobody is covering McCole Hardman, so could be a quick couple step drop back and pass, which it is. Can McCole get in the end zone? He can. Yes, you got to put a body on that guy, man. Are you serious? Are you serious right now, Giants? McCole Hardman gashes them for a gain of about 15 and a touchdown. There was nobody on him. There was nobody on him, and the safety, Julian Love, was backing up there. Actually, Xavier McKinney, that was the free safety. Brian Daboll can't believe it, and really, I can't either, because there was nobody within 10 yards of McCole. So good answer by the Armadillos. Let's go ahead and boot this extra point through, and that's what I said. I mean, I feel like with the way the Giants move the ball on that first drive, we're going to have to score every single time that we get the ball. I don't think that we can afford to punt it or turn the ball over, because Justin Herbert just looked, and that's just a terrible kick. I don't know what that is. The Giants might get the ball on the 40-yard line. No, luckily they won't. But the way that Justin Herbert just looks so crisp, unless something changes drastically, we're going to have to make this a shootout. Let's see if Herbert finally goes to Barkley. He is not. Can't say I blame him, and there's a great defense. We had about 4 Armadillos there covering receivers, and you know what? We're going to guess pass, and we're going to shade inside. That is what's about to happen right now. Got to watch Barkley coming out as an extra receiver. No, it's going to be a catch and a completion to Gabe Davis, but luckily we had an Armadillo there to stop him before he could really do much. And now we got the Chargers in a pivotal 3rd down. They're coming out in the pistol. I think that we trust man coverage. I think that we pinch the line here. That's what's about to happen. Can we get Justin Herbert off the field? He's sending a man in motion, so gotta watch the run. It is gonna be a run, and we had Saquon in the backfield, but just a deadly juke. We know he can do that. We should have had him stopped. We should have had him stopped. You guys got to see this. We had him. That was a loss of 2. There's Saquon there, and he just shook somebody out of their jock. Keegan McGriff, he is jockless now. No jock for this man. And he had him dead to rights, but Saquon Barkley just with a nasty juke. That stinks. That was nasty. Another 3rd down here. We are guessing pass. We are shading over top. That is what's about to happen right now. Justin Herbert has a couple of receivers that he missed, it looked like. I saw some people getting open, but, oh, nice defense there by the corner. I think that was Keegan McGriff. He had his receiver, but if that was Keegan McGriff, which I think it was, he recovered nicely and was able to break that pass up. Clutch play by this Armadillos defense. And now J.K. Scott is going to punt it back to Jamal Agnew, who had no blockers, but he made a nice move. And look at Jamal Agnew. Don't forget about this guy. He still exists on this team. He is still here. As we get a look at Dom Fitzpatrick's season, they say 3 touchdowns. He has 4. Oh, last week 3. I'm sorry. Last week 3, 4 total. That's what Dom is at. And maybe we can push that up even higher this week. I think that we're going to need it. I don't think that we can rely solely on Damon Sanders. So we're going to come out single back, go a little play fake here, play action on the rollout. And there's T. Higgins. Can we get it to him? Early breakup there. It was a good pass, but Adrian Shirley was there to break it up. So very unfortunate. Sanders coming out single back now from the 29-yard line. There's Big Time Bruce. Big Time Bruce. That is his nickname, Big Time Bruce. We dubbed him that last week as he just continues to impress, going over 100 yards virtually, every single time he steps out onto the field. We're going to go back to the Fitz train here out of the single back, and he has no blockers as Leonard Williams was right there. Nobody blocked him, or maybe he just got off of his block pretty quick. I'm not 100% sure, but either way, he stopped us for no gain. Leonard Williams can do that. And you know what? I think that we are going to streak John Mechie. That's right. We're going streaking because I only see single coverage on him. But no, let's just check it down to Khalid Kramer, the rookie out of Miami. Maybe could have had John Mechie there, but I'm really trying to be cautious as we get a look at the Austin Armadillos draft class. Of course, Melvin McLeod out of Texas A&M was our #1 overall pick. Thought he was going to have possibly hidden development, but he did not. Only having normal development kind of sucked a little bit. Let's come out empty on this 3rd and 5. And speaking of rookie Melvin McLeod, he does catch it and gets very close. They say 4th and inches. Now, come on, man. AJ Cann just stepped in to fill a spot that was already being played by a backup, Damian Henson, because Jedrick Wills was injured. And we offensive linemen, what are their injury settings, like at 0? 4th and anything besides inches, I probably wouldn't do this. And you know what? Maybe can Damon Sanders pick this up? It's going to be close. I feel like he can squeeze through that gap, but did he? He might not have. I think maybe he did, the way Brian Daboll's reacting. I think he might have just got it by the short and curly because Brian Daboll was looking kind of upset there. But they covered the gaps, and he did get it. Oh, man, my heart just skipped a beat on that one. 1st and 10 here now, about a minute to go until halftime. And you know what? Let's just do it to T. Oh, no, that is Adrian freaking Shirley. Maybe we should have drafted this guy. I thought T. Higgins had him beat on his comeback route. Apparently, he did not. And yep, that was just a good play by Shirley. We've called his name several times in this game. Damon Sanders now adds another interception to his total for the season. That interception was killer. That was absolutely killer. Should not have thrown that. We had all the momentum looking to go up on the scoreboard, and I threw a bad ball to T. Higgins. And is that Jalen Burnett? No, it's not Jalen Burnett. It's going to be Grant Delpit. I was hoping it was Jalen Burnett because he needs a sack to get that star development, but still, doesn't matter. I will take a sack any day of the week and twice on Sunday, although it is Monday as I record this, and that is going to be the end of the first quarter. So 7-7, 2 good drives by both teams. One drive that was stalled short by the Giants, and then one drive that ended in an interception because I can't throw passes to save my life. So it's an even first quarter. Now it's 3rd and 18. We got to get him off the field here. Got to. No questions about it. Cannot let. Okay, yeah, go ahead and check it down to the tight end there, Tyler Higbee. I am completely fine with that as we see Nick Harris, the center, go down. 1st and 10 now. Let's come out of shotgun and give a draw play here to our rookie Khalid Kramer, see if he can do something, and not able to slip through that A-gap, loss of 2. We'll come out single back formation and go a little play fake, and no one's guarding McCole Hardman with space. Can he outrun Adrian Shirley? Adrian Shirley is a freak of nature, man. This dude is fast. He's intercepting balls. He's making clutch tackles. Starting to make me wish I would have drafted this man because he is playing like he's a vet. All right, no more funny business here. No more monkeying around. Let's just call on the Fitz train here. You can't throw an interception if you run the ball. That has always been my philosophy and my motto, but just congested. Somehow Tom Fitzpatrick still on his feet. Hey, if anything, it's a long, sustained drive, which I always like to see. We'll come out single back here from the 24. And there is our rookie, Ronnie Ellerby. Can he fight forward? No, he can't. And again, it's 4th and inches. We just were faced with this same scenario not too many moons ago. And I said I probably wouldn't do it again. But I at least got to see what the defense is coming out in. And same exact look. Oh boy. Can we draw him off sides maybe? No, we'll probably just get a false start. And I think Damon got that one. Okay, that one was a little bit more clear cut than the first one, luckily. So, all right, cool. Drive's still alive here. I like to see it. About 5 minutes to go until halftime. We're coming out tight shotgun. We're gonna give the ball to the Fitz train, who is just stopped by Leonard Williams. Don Fitzpatrick kind of having a tough time here, I gotta say. So I'm okay with kicking the field goal here. I am okay with kicking the field goal. Still gonna try to pick it up, of course, but I am okay with kicking a field goal, and that's why we're just gonna check it down to Don Fitzpatrick. I just want to go up on the scoreboard. We do get the ball after halftime as well. 3rd and 15 was a tough situation, and I just came off of throwing an interception, so I don't want to do that again. So I think that just playing it smart, kicking the field goal is probably the best option. So Tyler Bass will come out, should be able to boot this thing through, should be a good kick, and we are going to go up 10-7. So still taking the lead. All right, I'm okay with that. Not the result that we wanted, but could have been a lot worse. 2nd and 10 here, 3 minutes to go until halftime. Justin Herbert, we'll see what he's got. He's coming out in the shotgun formation, of course, going to step up and try to lay a hit stick on him, but of course he slid. And now we got the Giants in a 3rd down again. So if we are somehow able to stop them and get the ball back, we could score again before halftime and potentially double dip. But can we do it, though? That's the question. Justin Herbert just going to air it out, and we just got absolutely mossed there by Gabe Davis. I think that was Grant Delpit. Yeah, I mean, it's one-on-one coverage, 50-50 ball. Got a chance to come down with it, and we just got mossed. That was actually Greedy Williams. I really want to get Jalen Burnett in the backfield. Can we do that? Can we get that sack or that forced fumble for him? No, that's going to be Gabe Davis again, so getting really sick of calling his name here. 2nd and 1, Herbert comes out, single back, so maybe he has not really looked to get Saquon Barkley involved. But Greedy Williams just got burned by Gabe Davis.
Getting really sick of calling his name here.
About as good as time as any to call my PAX burst. I call this once per game because you see why. There's big time Bruce. It works so good every single time. 60% of the time, that play works every time. I won't call it anymore, but that was a good time to use that PAX burst, I think. We're coming out empty here. Sanders dropping back. There's John Mechie. Please catch it, flag. Could that be roughing? No, it's holding. Well, that was a very unfortunate series of events. Someone get Lemony Snickets out here on the field because I did not like that. Ooh, T. Higgins. No one's guarding him. T, go, go, go. Oh, luckily. For a second there, I thought we were going to break it, maybe score a touchdown, but Xavier McKinney was there. T. Higgins now with his 2nd grab of the ball game. 56 seconds to go, but I am in no rush as we have all 3 timeouts, and we're almost in Tyler Bass field goal range, so we'll come out tight shotgun formation here. Just going to give T a chance again. Gotta be more careful, man. That was almost the interception by Xavier McKinney. All right, 3rd and 8 here. This one's huge. We're going to have pressure, so got to be mindful of that. And maybe it's McColl again, but this time he's not able to fight forward. And the Giants are going to call a timeout. That's very unfortunate. And as much as I want to go for this, we have, well, actually, Mike Tomlin wants us to go for it. Okay, not too sure about that, but he's, that's our coach. Mike Tomlin is our coach. He says go for it, and we are going to have blitzers. Just everything but the kitchen sink coming at us here. So it's going to be Ronnie Ellerby or Joyner. It's going to be Ronnie Ellerby. Yes, okay, very good. Ronnie Ellerby. Ooh, nice juke. Nice juke. That's clutch, baby. Look, I was going to kick a field goal. I mean, I already had it in my mind. But Mike Tomlin said go for it. And when the coach says go for it, I don't argue with the coach, and it proved to be a good decision, as now we have a chance to possibly score again. Oh boy, what do we do? Let's streak McCole Hardman. McCole Hardman is getting covered there by Dory Jackson, so got to watch that. But there's our rookie, Melvin McLeod. Okay, I like it. Let's spike the ball. Let's spike the ball. Spike the ball. Spike the ball. Okay, gonna be Mechie or T. I mean, it's definitely gonna be Mechie or T. Can we shift Bruce Joyner over here and use him as an extra blocker? I think we're going to need that. Mechie or T. Higgins. It's going to be one of those two. It was Mechie, but we had to throw out of the sack. Very unfortunate. Leonard Williams is balling out in this game. He is playing great. Been doing this for a long time. He's a 10-year pro in this game, of course. Out of USC, the Trojan. I guess I'm not upset with that. We're going to kick a field goal with Tyler Bass. We're only going to be down by 1. Could be a lot worse. That's going to be a good kick. We did have John Mechie open, but we had to throw out of a sack. That's never good. And we're going to go into the locker room down for the first time, I want to say, this season. Highly contested game here. This is a good one, as I kind of figured it would be. I figured this would be a back-and-forth match. We got a couple 2-0 teams going at each other here. We're actually out passing and out rushing the Giants, but right now it just comes down to that one interception. That, had we scored on that, of course we would be up in this game. We had all the momentum. We gave that away by giving the Giants a ball back on a turnover, and that so far has been the difference. But I don't think that, well, you know what, we are going to switch some things. So throw it deep is still going to be the game plan, but I feel like Justin Herbert has tore us up in the passing game, so we're going to go defend the short pass. I never like to really go defend medium pass too much or defend deep pass, because then we lose run support. I really don't like that. I don't like how one thing gets exponentially worse if you pick another. I hope that maybe Madden 24 changes that. Don't know if they will. They have changed a few things already, and I feel like we need to make Don Fitzpatrick more of a focus in the second half. 2nd and 8 here. We're coming out in the shotgun with 4 wide receivers. See if somebody can maybe get open. No, they're not gonna. And Damon Sanders, man, the only thing I don't like about him is the windup. I swear I passed that ball to T. Higgins. I swear, but his windup is just like freaking cock back, get ready, take a coffee break, read the newspaper, and then maybe try to throw it. Not the way I wanted to start this third quarter, that much is for sure. It's going to take some kind of miracle, but miracles maybe do happen when you have Ronnie Ellerbe toe tapping on the sideline. Okay, I see you, Ronnie Ellerbe. He's our rookie. We weren't even going to draft him. If you guys watched the offseason, you know why I did draft him, because our #1 draft pick was normal development. But how about that? A 3rd and 20? Are you kidding me? I just called something that I thought was safe, that we could maybe get, 5, 6, 7 yards out of, and ended up being a chain mover. So, okay, Don Fitzpatrick, man, he is starting to get shut down, unfortunately, and I don't like to see that. But, all right, 2nd and 8 here. We're coming out in the shotgun with 4 wide receivers. We're going to streak McCole Hardman. Maybe could also have Bruce Joyner, but I don't like it. So T. Higgins, oh, he caught that, and he broke contact. That is why I picked up T, baby. He's a big body receiver. He breaks tackles. That was a well-defended pass. Okay, Dom, where you at, brother? I need you. Let's freaking double team Leonard Williams, because I'm about sick of him stopping me in the backfield every single play, and he almost still does there. Well, you got to work with what you got. If the run game's not working, then we just might have to abandon it for a little while. And there's McCole Hardman. Yes, okay, McCole's playing, and he fumbled it. Come on, McCole. We are not about to let this big-ass mofo, Leonard Williams, run it into the end zone. Really? Nobody could catch Leonard Williams. Nobody could catch Leonard Williams. Damon Sanders, you couldn't catch him. Don Fitzpatrick, you couldn't catch him. Was McCole Hardman down? No, he was not. Some of the home team's receiver icons are hidden during the play. Fabulous. I love that. There's Khalid Kramer, our rookie. I'm still perplexed by how we let Leonard Williams do a scoop and a score. I'm guessing he's never done that before in his career. I could be wrong, but something tells me he hasn't. So 2nd and 6 now. We're not playing well. We are not playing well. But there's T. Higgins. T. Higgins playing well. Ooh, shoestring tackle there. He wasn't able to keep it going. Desmond King, the former Houston Texan that we cut in episode 1, was there to bring him down. T. Higgins and McCole Hardman, if nothing else, playing great. And since Don Fitzpatrick is having a tough time, let's call on rookie Khalid Kramer, see if maybe he has better luck, which, I mean, he's picking up 5-6 a carry, so can't really be too upset with that. We'll go back to him. Why not? Let's go back to Khalid Kramer. We can tie this thing up with a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So definitely not anywhere close to being out of this game. Might be 4-down territory here. I'm not 100% sure, but let's just not worry about 4-down territory and let's pick this up, shall we? There is McCole Hardman. Please, did he even get it? 4th and inches again. This is about the 3rd time we've been faced with 4th and inches. I guess better than 4th and 3 or whatever. Better than a fumble, but yeah, I mean, of course, Mike Tomlin wants us to go for it, and when it's 4th and inches, I'm coming out QB sneak, and there is the look I was looking for. Thank you. Damon should be able to pick this one up, which he does. 1st and 10 now. Ball on the 32-yard line, so we're in Tyler Bass field goal range, so gotta be careful. Bruce Joyner is open. There we go. There we go. Had to lob that. We had pressure. Kayvon Thibodeau was coming in hot and heavy, but we did lob it over the head of Micah McFadden. Bruce Joyner makes a nice catch, able to keep this drive alive. You love to see it. This game is good. This is a good game here. Feel like it might come down to the wire, but before we can worry about any wires, we got to pick this up. Dom. Oh, Dom with the deadly juke. Oh my God, he stopped at the 1. What a juke. What a juke by Don Fitzpatrick. We have to run that back on the replay. That was deadly. Deadly, deadly, deadly. We see we have Xavier McKinney there, and oh my God, he just snapped that man's ankles. He just snapped his ankles. Could not fight forward. Adrian Shirley, apparently he has 102 speed or something, was there to get us. I think it's wide stick time. This is the call I'm going to call. T. Higgins should be able to get this, and we can get a 2-point conversion. This game is tied. So let's pick it up here. Oh, yeah, T's got this, baby. T has got this, baby. 3rd touchdown in Austin Armadillo's jersey. 2-point conversion, and we're back to a 0 ball game. We're going to trust Fitz here. We're going to trust Fitz. I think that that's the way to go. We're going to double team Dexter Lawrence. Maybe we can cut it right or something. Oh, yeah, big hole, baby. That head coaching strategy by your boy here, CJ Smalls. 21-21. Need our defense to come up big. Defense has been back and forth in this game. We've seen them play well. We've seen Justin Herbert play well. But we're still looking for that one big turnover or that sack. Hopefully it's Jalen Burnett, because we're still trying to get him to star development. But we're just going to need something to disrupt Justin Herbert. Come out here in our base 4-3 and just pay a watchful eye to Saquon Barkley, because they are coming out in a run type of formation, which it will be. And now, okay, last thing I want now that I shifted our game plan focus to defending the pass is for Saquon Barkley to get going. We haven't really had to worry about him too much in this game. But nickel blitz time, I think, and we are going to hope that we can finally fluster Herbert, but not going to matter if Herbert's not the one getting the ball. Saquon Barkley not going down on first contact. 2nd and 10 now. Herbert going to probably stay in this shotgun formation probably for the duration of this drive, you would think. And he is dropping back and looking, and there is his tight end, Tyler Higbee. Tight ends have been weapons in this game. Really, though, Justin Herbert not carving us up. Saquon Barkley, virtually haven't called his name. It's a shock that this game is 21-21. I guess it really is just coming down to that one interception by me. But the Giants haven't put up anything crazy, you know, in terms of yardage. They've just played solid, no turnover-free football. So Herbert now, ooh, that could have been The first one there by Jason Verrett. Switch things up a little bit and go 3-4 here. Don't come out in this formation too often, but, you know, every once in a while, got to switch it up. And Akeem Davis-Gaither had a shot on Barkley, but that was on me. I just missed the tackle. I was usuring Akeem Davis-Gaither, and I just whiffed on that one. Herbert empty. So, yeah, got to be very mindful of these receivers. He's got lots of options. He's going to step up. Oh, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? 5 wide receivers set, and the way that Justin freaking Herbert scores is by moseying onto the end zone untouched. Screen shaking again. We're going to lose some of our wide receiver icons, which is never good, but there's T. Higgins, and that was just a terrible ball by Sanders, but probably for the best, as that one, you know, could have probably been intercepted. And pressure is on us, guys. We have to score here. This is a must-score opportunity. They're only one safety deep, so maybe we'll see what he decides to do. And I think we'll give Mechie a chance, and that was almost picked off by Dory Jackson. I thought I touch passed it or lobbed it, but it was a bullet pass. I do that so often. I don't know why. It's very frustrating, but perfect defense. Okay, this is what I wanted. We're coming out streaks. They only got one safety. We got to watch and see what he does. Could have John Mechie or T. Higgins here. We got to pick this up, man. Oh, it's T. It's T. It's T. Please catch it. T. Higgins with the moss. That is why I freaking picked him up, man. T. Higgins with the moss. We just high-pointed it. High-pointed it up to T. He's a big body receiver. Adrian Shirley too small. T. Higgins about 6'2", 6'3". Adrian Shirley, I think he was like 5'11". T. Higgins is going to win that jump ball situation. I like to see it. I like to see it indeed. Let's double team Dexter Lawrence. He has been a problem, him and Leonard Williams, as a matter of fact. And we're going to go back to Dom here. So just kind of want to slow things down a bit. Can we get a block? What the heck is my fullback Aries Hendricks doing, man? He was out there in La La Land somewhere. I can tell you, he wasn't in Central Texas Stadium. At least his mind wasn't, because he had a lead block there. His assignment completely left it, so whatever. 2nd and 11 now, so we'll come out tight shotgun formation here. And it's Bruce. It's Bruce. It's Bruce with room to run. Don't forget about Bruce Joyner. We keep talking about T. Higgins. Damon Sanders now at 357, so he is just slinging here. Bruce Joyner now 5 receptions for 73 yards. Please do not forget about Bruce Joyner. He is always going to be our man. He solidified that spot last season. Let's go ahead and send McCole Hardman in motion here. It's going to be a run to Fitz, yes. Might be able to get that gap, but again, there's the Giants' defensive line is playing good. I just got to tip my hat to them. They are playing good. All right, Sanders, let's see what you got. Can you keep running up these good numbers? There's T again. Look at T. Higgins, man. Having his breakout game, I would say, as a Austin Armadillo. Oh yeah. I would say 7 receptions for 122. I would say he is having his breakout game. It played okay last week. Of course, he was injured, in the first game of the season, but played okay last week. Nothing crazy. This game, he is having his breakout game, and if we can score here, we got ourselves a very interesting, competitive game. And Dom not going to score, but he is going to move the chains, and he is still very close to 100 yards rushing. I think that we trust Dom Fitzpatrick here. Yes, I would like to run behind Bruce Joyner and Ronnie Stanley. That seems like a good idea, and Fitz is going to get in there that time. The blocks were held. Finally, I did flip that play, so that was a good pre-snap adjustment by me. I wanted to run behind Bruce Joyner, our superstar tight end, and Ronnie Stanley, our superstar left tackle. Proved to be a good decision. Azeez Ojulari tried to catch us, but it was just a case of too little too late, and we are probably about to tie this thing up, which we will on the perfectly timed kick. So don't go anywhere. Grab your popcorn, grab your refreshment, grab your beverage, go smoke your cig, whatever you do. Strap in, buckle up, because we got ourselves a 4th quarter thriller. Sweaty palms time here in Central Texas Stadium. We got ourselves a good old-fashioned barn burner, ladies and gentlemen. And I think it's going to all come down to what our defense can do on this drive. I really do. So hopefully we can do something to possibly disrupt this Giants offense, and that's a start. Now Justin Herbert coming out with three wide receivers to his left, but he is switching the play, so we are also going to adjust as well. He's flipping it to the right side. Got something up his sleeve, I would imagine, and no, just going to be a little check down to Saquon Barkley, so I can live with that. Only a pickup of 5. Big third down, possibly the biggest in the game. Let's shade inside here, and no, it's actually going to be a give to Barkley, and we can't wrap him up because Barkley is so slippery and so shifty, that wascally wabbit himself. We had a chance again. Akeem Davis-Gaither finally got him, but we had a couple chances actually, and we just weren't able to get him. Man, oh man, really needed that one. Now the pressure is all on these Austin Armadillos, no doubt about it. 2 minutes to go virtually until the end of the game, and John Johnson was there, had a chance at a pick, but wasn't able to get it. Man, I will say, regardless of what happens in this game, this has been a good one. This has been a fun one indeed. We'll see what happens, though. Still a lot of football left to go. Can we finally get a sack on Herbert? No, we can't. That's going to be Kadarius Toney wide open in the middle of the field. Herbert's just had all day to sit back there, survey the field. And now we're going to have to think about calling our timeouts because the Giants are already in field goal range and they can just drain this clock. So you got to figure it's going to be a heavy dose of Saquon Barkley. Got to start calling our timeouts after this play. We absolutely have to. And still almost not able to tackle Saquon Barkley. About our only chance, guys. We have got to stop Justin Herbert and these Giants here right now, and we're not going to do it. Let him score, and we can't even let him score. That is probably, unfortunately, going to do it. Okay, so Saquon Barkley does score. Surprised that they didn't just run the clock out and kick a field goal. So, I mean, we do technically have a chance to bomb a Hail Mary or two and potentially tie it up. It's a slim chance, yes, but seeing as how the Justin Herbert and Saquon Barkley decided to score, we still got a slight chance to score and force this thing to go into overtime. Will it happen? I am almost undoubtedly sure that it will not, but you never know. Stranger things have happened. So here's my plan. Pick up a big chunk play right here and give ourselves a chance to possibly do a Hail Mary or something like that. And Ronnie Ellerby, actually, he might make this happen. Go out of bounds. Did he go out of bounds? He did not go out of bounds. What are you doing? All right, well, I tried to go out of bounds, but now we're going to have to go Hail Mary. It's the only shot that we have. You know I'm going to be looking T. Higgins' way. There's no doubt about that. I'm going to be looking T. Higgins' way. Maybe he can come down with a miraculous Moss, a double M, if you will. I mean, he is getting pressed there pretty tight, so maybe we have a chance to do it.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
I don't know, but no, it's not going to happen because Damon Sanders gets sacked by Azeez Ojulari and fumbles it, and we recover it. Couldn't even get the pass off. Extremely unfortunate. I tried to give T. Higgins a chance. Would he have caught it anyways? You never know. He's a big body receiver. But we are going to suffer our first loss of the season, 35-28 against these Giants. It was a good game. Highly competitive game. I'm still saying it goes down to that one interception that we threw trying to hit T. Higgins. That it is the difference maker. But you can't really be upset about the effort. I mean, we played great. Damon Sanders had to be close to, if not over 400 yards. And we'll check the stats here. See, 394. Okay, so Damon Sanders finishes with 394 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Justin Herbert, nothing miraculous. I mean, he played efficient, yes. 2 touchdowns, no picks, 224 yards. Could not get Dom Fitzpatrick. I mean, as I say that, he did average 5.3 yards per carry. Found the end zone 1 time, but it was a strange 5.3 yards per carry because I just feel like so many times I guess it was those first couple plays of the game, he picked up good yardage, but T. Higgins did play great. His coming out party in an Austin Armadillos uniform, for sure. 7 receptions, 122 yards. Found the end zone, of course. McCole Hardman also played good as well. So did Gabe Davis, Azeez Ojulari, Micah McFadden. Giants just had tons of tackles for loss. I mean, look at that. They were in the backfield so frequently. We had 1 sack with Grant Delpit, and that was it. Did not have any picks, and Adrian Shirley did have 1. So that was kind of a tough pill to swallow. But even in our first loss of the season, at least this is what I can say about it. It was still highly competitive. It was not a blowout. We're not going to get the breakout player with Jalen Burnett, I don't think. Yeah, no, it's not. Although, did Saquon Barkley, wasn't it hold Saquon Barkley to less than 100 rushing yards? Or was it total rushing yards? I got to check this. Hold on a second. I don't think that Saquon Barkley went over 100 yards. Justin Herbert did have some big plays there, but I don't know about that. Let's see. Okay, so they must be counting total rushing yards, because if they're counting total rushing yards, then yes, we did fail that challenge. I'm going to go back and watch this video, making sure it's not Saquon Barkley. I'm sure it was probably the Giants. And if that's the case, then yes, we would have failed that challenge. So Jalen Burnett does not get to go up to his star development, which is unfortunate. And yeah, I mean, it's a tough one, guys. Giants move on to 3-0. We fall to 2-1. But depending on what the Titans do, we could still be atop the AFC South. So next week, hold on to your britches, because we play my favorite team in NFL history, the Green Bay Packers. Much as I love them, I would love to just throttle them. I don't know what they're looking like so far this season as far as their players, but we'll find that out. But yeah, guys. All right. Well, I mean, it is what it is. We got our first loss of the season. So that is going to do it for me tonight, guys. As always, I appreciate you guys stopping by. I will catch you on the next one. Until then, peace.